Gamers, leave it in the comments down below what fighting game has your favorite movement. It doesn't have to be your favorite game, it just has to look or feel really good to move around in. Alright, let's reel it back a little bit. Hello everyone, my name is Sen, and if you're a returning viewer, you'll know that fighting games are by far my favorite genre, and it's not even close.
Oh, you lost a stock to someone with one hand. You fucking suck. This ice cream is delicious, by the way, I'll have you know.
I've played many fighting games, resulting in me ending up at various skill levels across them. Most recently, I've picked up Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and BlazBlue Cross Tag, and I like both games a lot, but I've played Dragon Ball FighterZ, Street Fighter, Tekken, you name it. Now, very recently, PlayStation Plus had one of its monthly free games as King of Fighters 15. From my understanding, King of Fighters is wildly popular outside the US. That's just something I've heard through the years. I don't know if that's actually correct. Regardless, I wanted to give the game a fair chance. Not all that long ago, I did take part in the City of the Wolves beta. Generally, I just thought the game was okay. All in all, I just kind of left the experience of the demo just feeling as if the game really wasn't for me. And let me say, I am happy if anyone is out there that really does enjoy that game. But because I wasn't vibing with one SNK game doesn't mean I should write off another. With that said, I really wasn't vibing with King of Fighters 15 either. What I will say though was that between both games, I was actually pretty fond of the movement and thought it was pretty cool. I was expecting just a regular Street Fighter type movement. I would actually like to refer to the movement in SNK games as Street Fighter Premium. It's all the movement that you would expect from something like a Street Fighter, but adding on short hops, super jumps, and hyper hops. Actually, due to the variance in movement in this game, it kind of just got me thinking about movement in fighting games as a whole. Generally, the movement that I really enjoy is the high-flying movement of something like a Dragon Ball FighterZ or Marvel vs. Capcom, with super jumps that send you at the very top of the screen. Air dashing, using your special moves in the air to change your trajectory. I'm just a big fan. But a movement option that Marvel vs. Capcom has that Dragon Ball doesn't is actually wave dashing. Let me tell you, I hate fighting off against Dr. Doom. And I've seen the pure evil of a top-tier Morgan zoning the ever-living hell out of you. But someone making the best use of Marvel's movement to navigate around all the zoning to the most expert of levels, I just gotta say, man, I love watching that shit. Don't even get me started on how sick it feels to navigate to even a fraction of that ability myself. This ultimately brings me back to the spearhead of movement in fighting games should always feel good. I am terrible at Smash, but when I start watching a high-level match of Melee, I can't help but to get hype. Or in something like Tekken, the way players whiff punish with a clean Korean backdash, or even just solid sidestepping. On top of that, if your character also has a wave dash, that kind of adds on that as well. It all just looks fucking sick. The option for leverless has made the Korean backdash a lot easier, specifically on P1 side, and in a way that makes me sad because I can appreciate the effort that went into honing that on an actual stick. I try to do it a bit myself and I'm terrible at it. Street Fighter is actually the game I've played with the most simple of movement, but with that said, you still have to appreciate it for what it is, simply for the fact that not everything should feel the exact same. One end of the spectrum of movement will oftentimes make you have an appreciation for the other. I love Marvel and Dragon Ball, but from time to time it can be nice to slow things down to something like a Street Fighter or Guilty Gear. Speaking of Street Fighter and Guilty Gear is obviously faster paced than something like a Street Fighter, but a lot of the core ideas in neutral still feel easily transferable despite its speed. Archetypes still feel very present in something like Guilty Gear, but there is a level of speed that is reached where the goal of your gameplay feels much more optimal to just maul your opponent to death. A character like Broly is a grappler due to the fact that he has a command grab, but he's no slower than any of the other characters on the cast. Because of that, the identity of him being a grappler would feel lesser than because of that. But it's because of the speed of the game that it still keeps that identity intact. This somehow became a mental stack conversation. My bad. Mental stack is just generally how many things you can keep track of at any given time. And with games like Marvel and Dragon Ball being as fast as they are and the threat of the strike being so high, you end up being so focused on getting hit and where you should block, that the threat of something like a command grab goes off in the background, especially when you have something like an assist giving you multiple chances to hit someone. Because a command grab can be perceived as somewhat innocuous, this also at the same time raises their value. The value of the command grab is given a sort of teeter-totter effect in value due to the overall speed of the game. Now, because of any fighting game speed, command grabs are varying degrees of reactable. While a command grab in the much slower Street Fighter simply isn't slower. Interesting to think about, your ability to move around on the screen might even in some small way affect what your character's abilities can and can't do. I mean, how fucked up would it be if I used a beam-like assist to cover my entry and then I just happen to have a 5-frame unreactable command grab? The thing that I've actually been thinking is the way games teach you how to move is terrible, and oftentimes extremely boring. The one game I actually thought did a decent job in this regard is Guilty Gear Xrd. They give you more or less an obstacle course in the tutorial for you to navigate around, actually getting some sense of what the limitations of your movement actually is. Why is it that more games since haven't done this, and even within the same IP? Strive doesn't even do anything half this cool. It reduced itself to being as basic as everything else in the ecosystem is. The ability to turn a fighting game into what would essentially be a bullet hell to varying degrees depending on what game it's placed in. I mean, how cool would it be if something like Marvel would have some type of acid rain that was coming from the very top of the screen? This would get tougher and faster the further you got, forcing you to become well acquainted with wave dashing or any of your character's movement options, and gamify it just a bit more by letting the players set high scores both off and online. This would give you reasons to keep coming back to those modes because they would simply just be fun. Also, make the scores character by character. This could be an excellent way to teach someone how to navigate around zoning. As annoying as zoning can be, I actually find it extremely valuable and even at times fun depending on which game it's placed in. Regardless, that's my time. Let me know your thoughts and tell me if you have any ideas for some type of movement minigame, and like I said earlier, what game has your favorite movement? Leave it in the comments. And if you guys could support me in any way by dropping a like or subscribing, or just word of mouth, it can be tough for smaller content creators to get any kind of momentum. I'm just trying to do my best. I'll see you all later and enjoy the rest of the video. Peace. And, oh, that should have been death. Nah, I'm hella dead. Oh! No! I'll just talk about Marvel 3. Let's actually play a game. I'm just gonna say right now the likelihood of me getting cooked is pretty high. I'm not feeling great at the moment. I'm like kind of sick a little bit. So we're just gonna try to do our best. If we get destroyed, we get destroyed. Ipadu. Oh man, I've definitely played this guy before. Interesting team. Okay. This might be a wash. We'll find out. Oh, okay, so I can't. Ah, damn, it got me. Shit. Alright, that should kill. Come on, baby, let's go. I'm locked in right now. Oh. No, leave him alone! Leave Taskmaster alone, you son of a bitch! Let's go, Cap. Okay, nice, got me. OTG. Cap's already did more than I could ask for at this point. I missed. Actually worked out for me. Oh shit! I could have killed there. Damn, actually he was able to convert off that. That was pretty impressive, actually. No! I tried to enter super. It just simply did not come out. Oh, damn, the recovery on that hard tag felt like extra long for whatever reason. He should try to DHC out. Okay, super, sure. A lot of damage on this. Yeah, a lot of damage. I will simply... That was the wrong kind of tag. That works. All right, I'll take that.
No, he got me. He got me. Got me. Got me. Hold on. Got he. Let's go.